and I'm going to get it fixed.
Okay, Shannon, I'm coming to you, but first, Baker, he's got to wear a suit. I'm over the sweatshirt look. That's just my take on this. But is he to blame for the loss?
Yeah, Baylor. I thought he was a careful gambler. Careful gambler.
Yeah.
You had Jenny over here.
Wait, can I talk now?
No, it's not your turn.
I thought you were asking me a question. I can answer it. I can tell you exactly what happened.
No, I said, Skip, I thought. Not Skip the response. Skip, I thought you said. You're like, you did that. And had Jenny over here co-signing it.
I have been.
He deserves a more than fair share of the blame. He did not play particularly well. Give the Chargers credit that they pressured him early, Skip, and they forced him into some erratic throws. They picked him twice. He didn't play well. He did not play well. The defense didn't play well. But Phillip Rivers, Phillip Rivers is a damn good football player. And I think he gets overshadowed because Brady's still doing what he did. And you have to understand, the quarterback draft that he came into, Skip, Big Ben has been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2. Eli's been to 2, won them both. And so he also replaced Drew Brees. We just talked about Drew Brees, all-time leading passer. 2 guys that came in his draft class, got Super Bowls, and old Phillip was like, oh, man, Phillip. But nah, he's over 50,000 passing yards. He's over 300 touchdowns. He's a very good quarterback. And he has big receivers that make tough catches. Skip, you see, when they went 89 yards in 2 plays, on the exact same 2 plays, the guy was triple coverage. He jumps up over all 3 of them, takes the ball, and it's a touchdown. Melvin Gordon is running the football. You going to let Melvin Gordon go for 132 and 3 touches? You going to let Phillip Rivers? He didn't have to throw the ball a bunch, but if you're going to let him complete that high completion percentage, you're going to probably lose the game, especially if your quarterback turns it over and your defense is not playing. And that's, Skip, you know that's how Greg Williams' defense, sometimes it'll trap you. When it's playing really, really good, it can make a great quarterback look very, very average. But when it's playing bad and guys are out of position, you're like, is this the same defense that we saw last week? Is this the same defense that was all over the quarterback? No. Baker, I'm not putting all this blame on Baker, but, you know, the quarterback gets a lot of the credit. So I think he should take a lion's share of the blame. But I just want to ask Hugh, you think they're going to come and jump on that bandwagon?
Who?
The fan. You know, he ain't want no bandwagon. You know, that bandwagon was full.
Maybe Hugh's off the bandwagon.
He better hope that at the end of the year, that bandwagon is a bicycle, a beach cruiser with a basket, and he got 3 fans up in it.
Maybe. My turn?
Yes, your turn.
Oh, God, now I get to talk about the truth of what happened yesterday.
Oh, what was the truth?
So, for perspective, I need to bring people back to a Sunday ago when against the Baltimore Ravens, who, by the way, went into Tennessee yesterday and just destroyed Marcus Mariota and now have by far the #1 defense points allowed in the NFL. It's like not even close.
Right.
The Baltimore Ravens do. Last week, Baker Mayfield against the Ravens threw for 342 and beat them 12-9 in overtime. And 2 of his favorite targets are Rashard Higgins, who was lost to a knee injury, and Derek Willis, who made the play of the game in overtime last week. And on Friday, he broke his collarbone in practice.
Diving for a ball?
I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. But that's Rashard Higgins gone. Derek Willis gone. So all of a sudden, another rookie who had not been thrown a single pass all year named Damian Ratley had to elevate into the starting lineup, and it was pretty disastrous. But before I get to that, early in the game, 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Baker Mayfield took off on a 3rd down scramble run and almost got to the marker, and that marker was dropped because he was drawing a bead on it, and Baker Mayfield, as he ran out of bounds, stepped right on the marker and slipped. And it either hurt his ankle or his knee. Baker isn't one to disclose injuries because he had an injury in the national semifinal that he wouldn't talk about.
Oh, my
That was it.
Really?
That was it.
Yeah, for real?
For real.
You really to do that today?
You watched the game because he was completely limited the rest of the game. He had no mobility in the pocket against one of the better pass rushers. And again, the Chargers are your pick to win the AFC.
Yeah.
So they're really good.
I'm looking good, too, aren't I?
Okay, well, so far, I don't know. I think that team up in Foxborough is really good because it's got the best quarterback by far.
Well, the Chiefs might have to take care of them.
Okay, we'll see about that. But my point is that Baker just looked limited the whole day. And furthermore, while Phillip Rivers receivers, as you astutely point out, won every 50-50 ball that he tossed up in the air. Baker's receivers didn't fight for a ball all day. And Damian Ratley, if we have this one play, there's only 7-3 at this point, early in the second quarter, and they try to flea flicker. And Baker, I thought, threw a really good ball to Damian Ratley. And this is, you got to make a play for this. Catch it, you got to make a play. You got to make a play.
I think the sun got in his eyes.
Maybe the sun got in his eyes, but that's a really good
Well, get it, the sun out your eyes.
Okay, but that puts Cleveland ahead early in the second quarter. And then,
It would have tied the game.
no, was it?
It was 7-3 at this point.
I think it was 7-3 at that point, but whatever. The point is that he made several good throws in the first half. He made another one to Antonio Callaway in the back of the end zone. And I thought it was a really good throw, and it looked like Antonio Callaway lost it. I don't know, just like right there. And here's to Callaway. It's just a bomb. This guy's got big arm. I mean, you got to make a play for that. That's the ball that a Charger receiver would have just put away, put in his back pocket. So there are two good throws that could have changed the game early on. So now he's limping around. And meanwhile, what is happening for the Chargers offense?
I don't know what happened.
So for the first time in 23 games, they take their first possession and go right down the field and score. And that was a bad sign because Greg Williams' defense, to your point, is either real hot or real not. And this was the game when they were really not. And I'm going to suggest, because the Chargers wind up with 246 yards rushing. Think about that, 246. They had 190 through three quarters rushing on Greg Williams' defense. And it looked to me like in the third and fourth quarters that Greg Williams' defense quit tackling and then just flat out quit. They did not want to play anymore, and it was an embarrassment. This is a home game for a defense that I thought was going to be the backbone of this team, and now it seems like every other game, it rises or it falls. At Oakland, it was just a disaster. Then against the Ravens, it was pretty good.
But I'm not going to let you put all this on Greg Williams.
246 rushing?
Yeah, the two throws that he should have caught. What about those two bad interceptions?
Okay. Well, was the first one a bad one? Because he's rolling to his left, so he's throwing across his body.
Okay.
And I thought he threw a pretty good pass.
Jenny, what do we say? That's
Can
not
we
a good.
see
That's not a sound investment.
Can we see that first
Throwing
interception?
across your body.
Because I thought he threw a pretty good pass that Jarvis Landry, who was just out of it all day. Jarvis Landry has to make a play for this ball. I mean, come on, you got to step in and make a play.
Skip, you running away from it. The guy, he underthrew it.
He did not underthrow him.
Yes, he did.
Like Jarvis Landry shied away and started cutting up field. You got to go back and fight for this ball. You could have caught that ball. Jarvis Landry was out of it all day. I thought he was the team leader. I thought he delivered the rant of the year. The rant of the year.
No. I'm not going to let you do that to Jarvis.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
No, Baker. No. You heaped on it. Hold on. He threw for 342 last week against the Ravens.
Well,
and you came out here. Okay, what about yesterday? Because, see, we update our resumes every week here.
Okay, so
every week, Jenny.
True.
I didn't think that ball should have been intercepted. At least Jarvis Landry could have played DB and knocked it down or something instead of letting the
But his
DB
momentum
break
was
on it.
taking him upfield.
I don't think so. And then the last one, it was 35-14 in the fourth quarter. The defense has quit, and Baker Mayfield threw an awful interception. I have no defense.
So
of
Baker
it.
quit.
Just awful.
So Baker quit.
I don't think he quit.
Why not?
He actually ended up putting up pretty good numbers.
Oh, now that ain't what we do here. The only numbers I concern myself with is that win.
So it was Baker's third start in the National Football League.
And what's his record?
Growing pains.
What's those?
Growing pains. And he loses his favorite receiver, Rashard Higgins, who is one of his best friends on the team. He loses him. And then Derek Willis, you got a little rapport going with him, and he breaks his collarbone.
I don't know.
What
That's
do you
unlucky.
say?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
And where is Josh Gordon now? Oh, yeah, he's with Tom Brady in New England.
Whoa.
So what are we talking about?
He didn't have
here?
Josh Gordon against Baltimore. He didn't have Josh Gordon against the Raiders.
Yeah.
And he didn't have Josh Gordon against the Jets.
That makes it even greater what he pulled off.
And so what did that make it yesterday? Now, I'm not going to let you use who he didn't have when he wins, but then when he loses, you talk about what he didn't have.
Well, he didn't have much yesterday.
Oh, he didn't have much against the Raiders either. Let you tell it.
Damian Ratley?
No, he in the
never
NFL.
caught a ball in the NFL.
He in the NFL.
And he's your starting
He in
receiver.
the NFL.
Oh, he is now.
Yo, don't do that.
Unfortunately.
What about Baker? Baker quit on him, throwing them passes up there. He's like, I just want to get off the field. I just want to get off the field.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying, Skip?
I think it was just growing pains, and again, a couple throws that could have changed the game early.
Yeah.
And yet, when you take away his mobility at 6 feet 1 inches tall, you take away a big part of his game.
You just told me when they look out there and they see number 6 and they see Mayfield, they're not thinking dairy products. They're thinking that's Baker Mayfield. See, Mayfield, that's a Southern. They do milk and ice cream. But anyway, that's in the
Must
South.
be regional.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a good. Ooh, man, that Oreo, that thing's swinging. But anyway, I don't eat ice cream anymore. I'm off the dare. But anyway, Skip Bayless, you told me when the guys out there and they see that number on his back, they don't want to hear nothing about no injury. Because that's what you told me about Aaron Rodgers. You say you don't want to hear nothing about no knee brace. You don't want to hear about anything. You call, as a matter of fact, you made jokes about that collarbone. You know, you made a paper mache. That collarbone might go at any time. No, it's not. No, it's not. But anyway, Baker Mayfield didn't play well. All you have to do is just say he didn't play well. Don't put it on excuses about who he didn't have and who he did have. He got to hand it to him. It happens, Skip. Chalk it up. Get him next week.
We're over it. We're moving
Sure,
on.
it'd be nice if he had a receiver.
No,
That
Skip
would
Bayless,
help.
we don't do that.
That would help.
You know what?
would help.
Can't deny it, Shannon.
At Camp 8, we don't do excuses.
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't do that over
No
here.
excuses.
No.
All right. They got
I just
Tampa
hope
next
his
week.
knee's okay or his ankle or whatever
True.
it was, because it didn't look good to me. I think he had to suck
Now,
it up
had
and
he
play
won the
through it.
game, you wouldn't have mentioned that.
He did
You
not
wouldn't have
win
mentioned exactly. So I'm not gonna let you mention his ankle, his knee, his toe. I don't know what's wrong. He look healthy to me.
Okay.
Look
Well,
good to me.
you have
Jenny,
a
don't
lot
do
of
that, Jenny.
Enough.
Jenny.
It's more fun when the Browns play well.
It
They haven't
is.
won back-to-back since 2014.
What?
These Cleveland fans, I like it when they do well.
What? But the
Skip.
bandwagon fans, here they come.
Just a little bit, me included. Did Antonio Brown save the Steelers' season? I don't know. We'll discuss